Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. Before I get into today's episode, just want to thank everybody for subscribing to the channel. I'm on my path to 2,000 subscribers, getting really close. So if you guys do enjoy the content or if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So for today's episode, I want to talk about Jaime Jaquez Jr. and the work he's been putting in this off season, and he's doing a couple things that can change the dynamics of the Miami Heat next season. And so Jaime has been in the lab all summer long, which is great. We saw him play in the Las Vegas Summer League for a few games with his new teammates. He wanted to get assimilated with Khalil Ware, Pele Larson, Kashad Johnson, and he played a few games, helped the Miami Heat win that championship in Las Vegas. And outside of the summer league, he's also been working on one thing primarily, and that is his three-point shot. So we know Jaime had a really good rookie season last year, and he earned Eric Spoelstra's trust almost immediately, which was great. And obviously, due to injuries, he was thrusted into a bigger role and into the Miami Heat's rotation. But as an older rookie at age 23, he was relied upon, and he delivered as the 18th pick in the first round and overachieved last season, averaging 11.9 points, like 3-point-something rebounds, couple assists, shot almost 50% from the field, only shot 32% from three, which is why he's been working on that. But he was third in Rookie of the Year voting, and he was on the All-NBA rookie team. So his performance last season was great, and I love that he's spending time in the lab to improve his performance next season. And so speaking of performance, wanted to talk about Magic Mind one more time. This is my last Magic Mind shot that I do have. So I want to boost my performance for this podcast today. So cheers. So I've been taking Magic Mind now for 2 to 3 weeks, and it's definitely been a great experience. It's helped with my performance. It's helped with my energy, my mood, been less stressed. So I highly recommend trying Magic Mind. My link for a discount is in the description. You can get either 20% or 48% off. So thank you again, Magic Mind. So back to Jaime Jaquez Jr. So he is working right now with the same trainer that Jimmy worked with last season to improve his three-point shot. And we saw that Jimmy, who is not a three-point shooter, has been shooting more, and that's probably because he's getting older. And also the math when it comes to the NBA is teams that shoot a high percentage from three typically do better and win more games. And so Jimmy shot 41%, which is a career high from three. So Jaime is working with that same trainer, and he's trying to improve his efficiency as a three-point shooter, and that can open up a ton of doors because we already know he has a high IQ on offense. He's really good off ball, really good at cutting, really good at moving, and on that weak side. And of course, when he gets the ball, usually in the post or the mid post or in the paint, we saw that his footwork is impeccable for a rookie, and we know his playmaking needs to improve and has improved slightly throughout last season. And I think it's naturally going to progress and improve next year when he has the ball more in his hands, when he gets more playing time. It's going to be similar to Tyler Hero. We've seen Tyler Hero get better as a playmaker. His assists have gone up every single year since his rookie season. So Jaime wants to not only become a better three-point shooter, but a better playmaker and just all-around player, and eventually a three-level scorer is something we need him to be. And we know that he's not the best off the dribble, but he could score down low in the paint. He can hit that mid-range from time to time. He can hit that three from time to time, but he needs to boost that efficiency and effectiveness from the three-point line and the mid-range, I think, as well. And then over time, he's going to get better, dribbling, penetrating, and then, of course, distributing the ball as well. But the other big thing, too, I want to cover is the other thing that he wants to focus on this offseason and next year is his defense. He wants to be a lockdown defender and the #1 defender on the Miami Heat. So he wants to guard the best player on opposing teams. He wants to be able to shut them down on the defensive side. So he is showing the willingness, eagerness, and the passion that you need to be a good defender. Like, it needs to be top of mind. You need to want to do it. And it's a good sign that in year two, that is something he wants to do and accomplish. And if he could be a two-way player coming off the bench as our sixth man, especially after losing players like Caleb Martin, who was a good two-way player, one of our best offensive players off the bench, but also someone who can come in when Bam Adebayo or Jimmy Butler, get their break, comes in off the bench and helps on the defensive side. That's going to be great, especially right now. We know that Haywood Highsmith and Jaime Jaquez could be coming off the bench together, and Haywood Highsmith probably is one of our best one-on-one lockdown defenders. So if we can get two guys coming off the bench, helping lock down the best players from other teams' second units, then this could be a huge step forward for the Miami Heat next season. So of course, we're depending on Jimmy Butler to be healthy and engaged in a contract year. We're depending on Bam Adebayo, improving as well, and Tyler Hero staying healthy, becoming more efficient. But then also we're relying on players like Jaime Jaquez and Jovic and others to have these leaps. And in order to do that, they got to be putting in the work in the offseason, which they have been doing. And so hoping Jaime Jaquez can continue to improve not only on the offensive end with that three-point shot, but on the defensive end. If he does that, that can definitely help increase his win share, increase the amount of wins and victories that the Miami Heat had compared to last season. And right now they're projected at like 44.5, which would put them in the 8th seed. And the Miami Heat need to avoid the play-in at all costs. We need to be a top 6 seed in order to have one more shot with Jimmy Butler in this build before we have to come to terms with Jimmy being a free agent the following season with a player option. So anyway, that's all I have for today's video. Let me know your thoughts about Jaime Jaquez Jr. Do you think he's going to have the biggest leap next season? Do you think his three-point percentage will increase from 32% to maybe 36 or 37, which would definitely help the Miami Heat win more games? So let me know your thoughts in the comments. And again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.